So the objectives for aerial lift or scissors lift training is to make sure that the user understands the requirements for performing work on scissors lift, understanding the general structural requirements for scissors lifts, and understanding how to work safely when working on or around scissors lifts. The importance of safety is to realize that there, on average, is 8 scissor lift fatalities each year, and 40% of these fatalities are from tipping over or tip over of the scissors lift, which is the common cause of fatalities from scissors lift work. Top 10 causes of fatalities: operating on an uneven surface, encountering holes, debris, and drop-offs while operating elevated scissors lift, climbing above or leaning over the 42-inch minimum top rail, as you see here, overloading or collapsing the boom, making contact with electrical conductors with an uninsulated portion of the lift, neglecting to deploy outriggers or braces sufficiently against tip over, making body contact with electrical conductors or entering the induction field, operating the lift in weather that is not conducive to low visibility conditions, and making sure that operators are trained, and observations or corrections for mechanical and structural defects to the equipment is being made. The OSHA lift requirements: although most people consider scissors lift to be a typical aerial lift, they are covered under the OSHA standard 1926 for scaffolding, and the use of scissor lifts must comply with this section. So working on scissors lift, making sure the user knows that they should never exceed the rated load of a scissors lift. The lift must be capable of supporting its weight and at least 4 times the maximum intended load. And the stall load on the hoist mechanism must not exceed 3 times the rated load. And all this information can be found on the information supplied by the user or employer. Employers must keep the user manuals available to all its employees, and making sure that every worker or user must be familiar with the operational requirements as discussed in the user manuals. Electrical hazards: workers on or metallic portions of the scissors lift contacting live electrical components is a common cause of injury or death, and the elimination of this electrical hazard must be prioritized. So do not work around electrical conductors. Some clearances that they should know is that anything with a voltage of less than 300 volts, the minimum distance that it should be kept from the scissors lift is 3 feet. Anything from 30 volts to 50 kilovolts should be 10 feet. And in this case, we made sure that the work area did not have any electrical exposure. Scissors lifts can conduct electricity, and insulation failure in a power tool can electrify the whole structure. So working on a scissors lift: never work on a lift that is covered with ice, snow, or is wet. Employees may not work on lifts during high winds or storms unless a competent person determines that it is safe and employees are protected by windscreens or fall arrest systems, making sure that debris should not be allowed to accumulate on the platforms. So in essence, a clean platform is a safe platform. Do not allow makeshift devices such as boxes and barrels on the lift. This cannot be used to increase the working level height of the employees. They should be working on the scissors lift platform. If loads are being hosted near the lift, tag lines must be used to prevent the load from contacting the scissors lift.